Hello, and welcome back to my channel. Today, we're going to breaking down the new Flash movie trailer. So sit back and relax. Watch the whole video. The Flash might be the fastest man alive, but it feels like his movie has been traveling in slow motion ever since it was first announced back in October 2014. Yes, Barry Allen's first solo adventure has taken almost a decade to make his way to theaters. Even longer if you count previous attempts to make a movie about the Flash. Turbulent times in the DC Extended Universe and a global pandemic kept the Flash locked away in development hell for years. And when star Ezra Miller began making headlines for all the wrong reasons, many wondered if the movie would be released at all. Now, we're just a few months away from the Flash landing in theaters, about 5 years after it was originally slated for release. That's kind of fitting, since there was a running gag in the comics about how Barry Allen was chronically late to everything. Following a teaser released at DC Fandom last year, the supersized Super Bowl trailer for The Flash has dropped a whole bunch of bombshells about the story and the superheroes we can expect to see in it. In the Flashpoint comic arc, Barry Allen travels back in time using the Speed Force to save the life of his mother, who was murdered by the villainous Reverse Flash when Barry was a child. However, by saving his mother's life, he completely rewrites history, and not for the better. In the new world that Barry wakes up in, Wonder Woman's homeland of Themyscira is going to war with Aquaman's underwater nation of Atlantis. Bruce Wayne was shot dead in the alleyway when he was a child instead of his parents, so Thomas Wayne became a more brutal version of Batman and Martha Wayne became the Joker. While The Flash won't be an exact adaptation of the Flashpoint comic arc, Darcy Studios' Keo James Gunn has said that The Flash effectively resets everything, providing a neat segue from the old DC into the shiny new DC universe. So even if Barry does get back to his own world, it might not look quite the same way he left it. The first actual voice we hear in the new Flash trailer is that of Michael Keaton's Batman. The beginning of it plays out in a fashion very similar to the first Flash teaser that dropped back in October 2021, with Keaton saying via voiceover, "Tell me something. You can go anywhere. Another timeline, another universe. So why do you want to stay and fight to save this one?" As he's saying this, we see footage of his cowl on the floor. If that reminds you of the image of Batman's broken, discarded mask in The Dark Knight Rises, then you should be prepared for the next shot, which shows Batman's cape fluttering out behind him as he rides what looks like the Batpod motorcycle from Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight trilogy. More on that in a second. Already the trailer is mixing and matching the iconography of different Batemen, in keeping with the multiversal Flashpoint thrust. Keaton milks his delivery of the line, "Yeah, I'm Batman," for all it's worth before leaping into action. He's the one who lowers his fist to reveal Superman's cousin, Kara, floating in the sky toward the end of the trailer. But of course, he's not the only Batman in this trailer. "If you were to go into the past," Bruce tells Barry, "you have no idea what the consequences could be." Barry insists that he could fix things, and Bruce says that he could also destroy everything. Michael Shannon's General Zod made his debut in the first DC movie, Man of Steel, where he memorably and controversially got his neck snapped by Superman. His appearance in the new trailer for The Flash is actually the second time he's returned unexpectedly. In Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, Zod's body was pilfered by Lex Luthor, who mixed Zod's DNA with his own in order to cook up Doomsday in the Genesis chamber of a Kryptonian ship. It wasn't the most triumphant comeback for Zod, though at least his genetic son managed to exact his revenge by killing Superman. Superman later returned as well, because no one stays dead in comic books. In the new timeline created by Barry's interference with history, Superman isn't around to stop Zod's invasion of the planet. The Flash will also feature the return of Ancha Trau as Faora, Zod's trusted lieutenant, and it looks like we'll see a war between Zod's forces and Earth's remaining superheroes in lieu of the war between Themyscira and Atlanta from the comics. Fortunately for us, fragile humans, there are quite a few superheroes in this trailer. One twist in The Flash that wasn't in the Flashpoint comics. There are two Barry Allens in this timeline. Barry, one runs into his doppelganger, whom we'll creatively name Barry, 2, outside his childhood home. Barry, 2 looks just as shocked to see Barry, 1 as Barry. 1 is to see Barry, 2, but the two of them team up to figure out what's going on with the timeline. and how they can stop Zod from taking over Earth. With so much chaos, having a second Flash around can only be a good thing, right? Well, not necessarily. First of all, there's still a big question mark over the identity of Nora Allen's killer in the D.I.L.'s killer in the DC universe. Second of all, it seems unlikely that the Flash will simply make Zod the main villain again. Been there, done that. Third of all, the fact that Barry, too, is wearing a lot of yellow is a big red flag, so to speak. Yellow is the color of the costume worn by Reverse, Flash, the speedster that killed Barry's mother in the comics. Maybe we're just being paranoid, but it wouldn't be totally surprising if a third act twist revealed that Barry, one's true enemy, has been by his side all along. After the appearance of General Zod in the trailer, Barry realizes, I created a world with no metahumans, and now there's no one to defend us. In the Flashpoint comic arc, the timeline was changed so that Kal-El, instead of being found and raised by the Kents on a nice farm in Smallville, Kansas, was discovered as a baby by the government, raised in tortured isolation, and named Subject 1. The discovery of Flashpoint Superman is recreated in The Flash, but it's not Kal-El that Barry finds hidden away by the government. It's his cousin, Kara Zor-El, played by Sasha Calle in The Flash. Supergirl is set to star in her own upcoming solo movie, Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, though it's currently unknown if Calle will reprise her role. This is technically a Supergirl from another timeline, but it would make sense to introduce the new official Supergirl here, rather than casting multiple Supergirls for the DCE universe. The Flash will finally arrive in theaters on June 16, 2023. Thanks for watching till the end. Please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon to get notification of new videos. Peace out.